Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. Today we're looking behind the scenes at SoFi's Q3 2024 earnings call transcript.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, it's fascinating, right? So SoFi wants to be a top 10 financial player.
Yeah. A top 10 financial institution.
Exactly.
Very ambitious.
It is. But that's what makes it so fun to look at.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
get to see how they're doing and what their strategies
How
are.
they're going to get there, right?
Exactly. And maybe even how this could affect, your money and your finances and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not just going for any growth.
Mhm.
SoFi CEO Anthony Noto, uh, he keeps talking about this durable growth.
Hmm.
It's not just like a quick win. It's like building something that lasts.
Okay, so it's about sustainability,
Yeah,
not just making a quick buck.
exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
so what does that actually look like in practice? Like, how do they actually do that?
Well, the numbers are pretty impressive.
Okay.
So SoFi just announced record-adjusted net revenue of $689 million,
Wow.
which is a 30% jump from last year.
That's massive.
It's huge, especially because they also outperformed their previous quarter.
Oh, wow.
So they're on a roll.
They're on a roll.
But it's not just the overall revenue. When you look closer, their financial services revenue doubled. Their tech platform is growing steadily, and they added like 756,000 new members.
Wow, so almost 1 million new people just in 3 months.
Yeah,
So they must be doing something right.
they're doing something right. Yeah, for sure.
So what's that secret sauce? What are they doing?
Well, one of their key strategies is going after those underserved markets,
Hmm.
particularly in like the consumer financial services.
Right.
A lot of people out there feel kind of ignored by like the big traditional banks.
Yeah,
And SoFi is stepping in there,
filling that gap.
filling the gap exactly. They're offering things like savings accounts and credit cards,
The basics.
the basics, but tailored to specific needs.
Okay.
So it's making them more accessible and appealing to more people.
Okay, so they're going after the people that feel left behind by the big banks. Which, I mean, with how many people are looking for alternatives, that's got to be a smart move.
It is a smart move, yeah.
But aren't they also known for being kind of innovative?
Absolutely.
Like, I've heard about their app and some of their partnerships.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
So Fi is constantly like pushing the limits of what a financial institution can do.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
they're not afraid to try new things,
Yeah.
you know, partner with unexpected brands
Okay.
to make products that are truly different.
So they're not just like slapping a new coat of paint on the same old stuff.
No, they're shaking things up.
They're trying to actually create something new.
Yeah.
Can you give some specific examples of what they're doing?
Yeah. So they've launched several new credit card options
Okay.
that are tailored to specific needs, because one size doesn't fit all in finance, right?
Right.
And they're not just focused on like the traditional financial space.
Yep.
They've partnered with athletes to boost their brand and even an arena golf league.
Arena golf.
Yeah.
That's not something I've heard of before.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice,
Yeah.
but it shows that they're willing to think outside the box and, reach new audiences
Totally.
in unconventional ways.
Yeah. And it seems to be working.
It is working. Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about their revenue growth, their focus on, that durable growth and their innovation.
Mm-hmm.
But what about their loan platform? Isn't that like a core part of their business?
It absolutely is. And it often gets overlooked.
Hmm.
But yeah, their loan platform is like a major engine for their growth.
Okay.
They do both direct lending and they work with partners to refer loans.
Oh, okay.
So that helps them diversify their portfolio and manage risk better.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Spreading the risk.
And that makes them more resilient.
Yeah, exactly. Being able to kind of weather different economic conditions.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And speaking of resilience, their diversification strategy also extends to the types of loans that they offer.
Okay, what do you mean? Like, what kinds of loans are they focusing on?
Well, they're not just sticking to traditional personal loans.
Okay.
They're expanding into things like student loan refinancing, home improvement loans, even loans for small businesses.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a one-stop shop.
It's a one-stop shop for all your loan needs.
They're creating their own pond,
Exactly.
like their own little ecosystem.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's this multifaceted approach, this combination of smart strategies and bold innovation that's really driving their success.
But sometimes all this financial jargon, it can be a bit much.
Yeah.
So when we talk about this sticky platform concept, what does that actually mean?
Sure. So a sticky platform is all about creating an experience that keeps customers engaged
Okay.
and coming back for more.
Okay.
It's about offering products and services that are so valuable and easy to use that customers don't want to go anywhere else.
Oh, so it's like building a little world where you can manage everything in one place.
It's exactly, yeah, like a digital ecosystem for your finances.
That makes sense. And it sounds like SoFi's doing a pretty good job at that
They are, yeah.
with all these different offerings in their technology.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
a key part of their long-term strategy for that durable growth. You know,
Yes.
by building a loyal customer base that relies on their platform for a wide range of financial needs,
Okay.
they're creating a much more sustainable and resilient business model.
So they're not just chasing transactions, they're trying to build relationships.
Exactly.
And that's powerful in any industry, but especially finance,
Oh, for sure.
where trust is so important.
Trust and loyalty are key. Yeah.
So how does their loan platform technology actually work? Like what makes it stand out?
Well, one of their key differentiators is their focus on automation
Okay.
and data-driven decision-making.
Mm-hmm.
So their platform uses like these sophisticated algorithms
Oh, okay.
and machine learning
Wow.
to streamline the loan application process.
So they're using technology to basically cut down on the paperwork and speed things up.
Exactly. Make it faster and more efficient for everyone.
Right.
And by analyzing like huge amounts of data,
Okay.
their platform can also assess risk much more accurately
Hmm.
and then personalize loan offers to like each individual borrower.
Okay. So they're giving you the best rate possible.
Yeah, ensuring that they're getting the most competitive rates and terms.
Interesting.
So it's a much more data-driven approach than like traditional lenders.
It's like Silicon Valley meets finance.
Exactly. They're using technology not just to be more efficient,
Okay.
but also to create a more personalized and transparent experience.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're a bank, they're a tech company, they're a data company, they're an innovator.
They wear a lot of hats.
They do. So with all that, how do they compare to their competition? Like who are they up against?
That's a great question, and that's something that we're going to dig into a lot more in the next part of our deep dive.
Ooh, a cliffhanger. Okay, but before we move on, let's just quickly recap what we've learned.
All right.
So SoFi wants to be one of the top 10 financial institutions, and they're doing it by focusing on this durable growth idea.
Right.
They're targeting those underserved markets. They're innovating constantly, and they're building that sticky platform to keep their customers engaged.
Yeah.
It's an impressive strategy, and so far it seems to be working.
It is.
But how will they fare against the giants of the industry?
That's the big question.
We'll find out in part 2 of our SoFi deep dive, so stay tuned.
Don't go anywhere. So you're probably wondering how SoFi plans to crack the top 10, right?
Yeah, it's a crowded space.
It
Like,
is.
how do they even compete with the big guys?
That's a good question. It's something a lot of people are asking.
Yeah.
But SoFi has a couple of advantages,
Yeah.
that could give them an edge.
Okay.
First, they're super agile.
Yeah.
As a newer company, they're not weighed down by like legacy systems or all that bureaucracy.
Right, like the old way of doing things.
Exactly. So they can move quickly, adapt, and innovate much faster.
It's like they're a speedboat in a sea of tankers.
Exactly. And that agility is so important nowadays.
Right.
Consumers want more personalized and digital experiences.
Yeah.
And SoFi's ready for that.
Okay, but let's be real. The big banks, they have some serious advantages, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've got the name recognition, the customers, and tons of money. How can SoFi compete with that?
It's definitely a challenge, but SoFi is being strategic.
Okay.
They're focusing on areas where traditional banks might not be as strong.
Okay, so where are those areas?
Well, they're catering to specific markets, demographics that are often overlooked.
Yeah.
Think about millennials, gig workers, or people with like really specific financial needs that aren't met by like those one-size-fits-all products.
So they're finding those gaps and building products just for those people.
Precisely. And
Yeah.
they're using technology to make it super user-friendly.
It's all coming together now.
Yeah. Remember that sticky platform we were talking about?
Yeah.
That's a big part of their plan to get and keep customers.
Right. So they use technology, target specific customers, give them tailored products, and then keep them engaged.
Yeah, it's like building a moat around their business.
Exactly.
And that moat's getting bigger as they expand what they offer.
Right, like those new credit cards we talked about.
Exactly. They're not just generic credit cards.
Okay.
They're tailored to specific needs and lifestyles.
All right.
Whether you travel a lot or you're a foodie or you want cash back.
They're like, we see you.
Yeah.
We hear you. We got a card for you.
Exactly. And that's what sets them apart.
Okay.
They're building a brand that connects with people on a personal level.
Okay, so we talked about agility, niche focus, and innovative products.
Hmm.
But their tech platform, we touched on it, but let's go deeper.
Yeah.
What makes it so special?
Well, they're investing a lot in building a platform that can handle huge growth.
Right, all those new customers they're getting?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That puts a lot of strain on a company, but SoFi's managing it well.
It's like they're building a rocket ship while it's in flight.
It is. It's a balancing act for sure, but they're pulling it off.
Wow.
And they're using cloud computing automation, all that cutting edge stuff.
So they're using tech to streamline everything.
Exactly. Making it seamless, even as they grow so fast.
Ah,
And their technology lets them be super data driven,
okay.
By analyzing tons of data, they can see trends, personalize offers, and assess risk more accurately.
It's like a financial supercomputer.
Yeah, they're using data to get ahead and make a more personalized experience for their customers.
This is all super impressive, but SoFi's not invincible, right?
Right.
What are some of the things they need to watch out for?
Well, one challenge is keeping up that growth as they get bigger.
Right. It's easy to grow when you're small.
Yeah, but to keep it going as you get bigger is tough.
So they need to keep innovating.
Exactly. And they also need to be careful about regulations.
Oh, right. All those rules.
Yeah, the financial industry is super regulated.
Yeah.
Any missteps could be bad news.
It's a tightrope walk.
It is for sure.
Okay, so we've talked about their advantages, their tech, and their challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one more thing.
What's that?
We talked about targeting customer segments.
Yeah.
But how are they getting these new customers in the first place?
Ah, that's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
SoFi has a multi-pronged approach. They blend digital marketing, strategic partnerships, and brand building.
So they're not just relying on one thing.
Nope. They're using everything they can. They're on social media. They use content marketing and targeted ads.
Yeah.
They also partner with other companies.
So they're casting a wide net.
Exactly. They're coming at it from all angles.
And they're not just trying to get new customers.
Right. They're building a strong brand, too.
Right, like those partnerships we talked about.
Exactly. So it's got people talking.
Yeah.
And along with creating a positive customer experience, it's building a brand that represents innovation and, financial empowerment.
So it's not just what they offer, it's how they make you feel. Exactly.
It's about connecting with people on a deeper level.
Okay, so we've covered a lot here.
We have.
We talked about SoFi's competition, their challenges, and how they get new customers.
Mm-hmm.
It's clear they're a company on the move.
They are.
But what's next for them? What are their goals for the coming year?
Ooh, good question.
We'll explore that and more in the final part of our deep dive.
Stay with us.
Okay, we're back for the final part of our deep dive into SoFi.
Yeah, the moment of truth.
I know. What does the future hold? We've talked about their growth, their unique way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
But the big question is what's next?
Well, if their Q3 earnings call is anything to go by,
Mm-hmm.
SoFi is definitely not slowing down.
Okay, good.
They've got some big goals for the future.
All right, spill the beans. What are they?
Well, first off, they're projecting strong growth for the rest of 2024.
Okay.
They're expecting to hit adjusted net revenue between $2.535 billion and $2.55 billion.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
But revenue is just one part of the picture.
Right.
What about their big vision? Where do they want to be in the financial world?
So Refig's made it pretty clear.
Okay.
They want to be one of the top 10 financial institutions in the country.
That's a big goal.
It's a huge goal, especially with all the big players out there.
Yeah, it's like they're saying we're not just here to participate, we're here to win.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do they plan to do that? How do they go from, newcomer to top dog?
Their strategy has a few key parts.
Okay.
First, they're going to keep expanding what they offer
Okay.
to meet more customer needs.
Okay.
They don't want to just be a lending platform.
Right.
They want to be like a one-stop shop for everything finance,
Oh, wow.
offering checking accounts, savings accounts, investments, financial planning, you name it.
So it's that ecosystem idea again.
Exactly. They're building that platform where you can do it all in one place.
Makes sense.
And, of course, they're focused on making it super easy to use.
Right. Tech and user experience. But they're not forgetting about those specific customer groups either, right?
Absolutely not.
Those underserved markets.
They see a huge opportunity there,
Okay.
serving millennials, gig workers, anyone who feels like the big banks just don't get them.
Yeah, so they're picking their battles.
Exactly.
Focusing on where they can make a difference.
Yeah, and build that loyal customer base.
Okay, so it's about choosing the right battles, offering the right products, and making the whole experience really good for the customer.
Exactly. It's all connected.
Right. It's that sticky platform again,
Yeah,
where people feel like they belong.
yeah, and they keep coming back for more.
So what do you think? Will they pull it off?
Well, it's tough to say for sure,
Yeah.
but they've got a clear vision, a track record of success.
They're not afraid to challenge the way things are done.
Right, they're playing by their own rules.
Exactly. And they're laser focused on what their customers need.
Hmm.
They're using technology to their advantage and always coming up with new ideas. It's an interesting story for sure.
It is.
And it's not over yet.
Definitely not.
So for everyone listening out there, keep an eye on SoFi.
They're worth watching.
They're really pushing the boundaries in the financial world.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they will become one of the top 10.
Yeah,
It's a long shot, but they've surprised us before.
they have, and that's what makes it so exciting.
Exactly.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into SoFi.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure exploring their journey with all of you.
Yeah, until next time.